In this tutorial, you will learn how to create network bands in Maptitude. Network bands illustrate the area that can be reached with a certain driving time or distance from locations of your choosing. Note that while I'm using the Canada country package in this tutorial, the steps are the same regardless of what country package you are using. To get started, you will choose Tools, Routing, Network Bands. This opens the Network Bands toolbox. By default, the Click Origin Points tool is chosen. You can use this tool to click on the map at one or more origin locations like this, or you can use a point layer. I'm going to use my store layer to compute driving time rings around the stores. So first let me clear these stops by clicking this button, and then click this button to choose my layer. Note that Maptitude has already guessed that I want to use all features in my store layer, which is correct, and I will choose to create 4 bands at 5-minute intervals. Notice I can also choose whether to build the bands based on the distance or the travel time. Now click this button to create the bands. Maptitude adds the bands and sets the scale of the map to show the entire layer. If you want, you can click this button to go back to the previous scale. Everything within this green area is within 5-minute drive of a store, and each successive ring is within an additional 5 minutes. If you want, you can click the Overlay button as well to calculate demographics for the bands. Maptitude displays the results in the data view. We can see that about 1 million people live within 20 minutes of one of my stores. Note that network bands are stored in a temporary file. Click this button to save the bands to a file if you plan on using the map in the future. That wraps up this tutorial on network bands. You may also be interested in how to create circular buffers around points, which is covered in the Buffers and Overlays video tutorial.